Hi, this is Sean from Cormier Jewelers and Selfridge, and I'm here to tell you about the top 5 things you should never do with your jewelry. Okay, here we go. Number 1, never wear your jewelry in a hot tub or swimming pool. Chlorinated hot tubs and swimming pools are a no-no for jewelry of all types. Chlorine is a very caustic chemical and would damage all jewelry unless it's made exclusively of platinum or palladium. This is because gold and silver jewelry are alloyed with zinc and nickel, and chlorine will leach those metals from your jewelry. Enough exposure, and your jewelry will literally fall apart. Number 2, never sleep with your jewelry on. Okay, we know many of you are guilty of this because our repair department is always busy. Sleeping with your jewelry causes undue stress and wear and tear, more so than wearing your jewelry during the day. This is because your jewelry is literally being crushed, yanked, and stretched for 8 hours each night. Your bracelets, necklaces, and anklets are especially at risk. Each time you roll over or change positions while sleeping, your jewelry is exposed to the pull and push of your body against the mattress, the pillow, and the blanket. This is bad. What about your engagement and wedding ring? While they're not as vulnerable, they are still at risk of damage. Prongs can catch on fabrics and get pulled open without your knowing. Best to take it all off. The jewelry, that is. Number 3, never do yard work while wearing your rings. Yes, you probably wear gloves while raking and digging and mowing in your yard, but that is not enough to prevent your rings from being damaged. Raking and digging and mowing are hard work. Those activities place a lot of pressure on your hands and fingers and on your rings. Prongs can get bent or broken. Delicate gems like opals and emeralds can chip or break completely. Thin rings can get bent out of shape or snap. And if you don't wear gloves, you risk even more damage. We all know what sandpaper would do to our rings, and we all know what sandpaper is made of. The same stuff that's in our gardens, sand. Number 4, never take your jewelry swimming at the beach. I know what you're thinking. If I can't wear my jewelry in the pool, or to bed, or while doing yard work, or at the beach, where can I wear it? Only at work? We'll get to that one next. Why should you take your jewelry off before going to the beach? I have a customer who is retired and spends much of his free time metal detecting. He finds all sorts of things, most of it jewelry. He's found thousands and thousands of dollars of lost jewelry. And guess where he finds it? Yep, at the beach. And guess where at the beach? In the water. The beach is like the Bermuda Triangle of lost jewelry. All the conditions are right for disaster. You're all slathered up in slippery oils, you're walking around in the sand, and you're frolicking in the water. Rings that are suddenly a little loose on you slip off. Anklets and bracelets that are a little worn suddenly snap. The sand and the water swallow them up, and they're gone before your eyes, only to be found by some metal detecting retiree. Number 5, never wear your jewelry at work if your job is physically demanding. We can all agree that an electrician, carpenter, stonemason, or mechanic probably shouldn't wear jewelry on the job. In fact, most employers in those fields do not allow workers to wear jewelry. But there are some other jobs that can be damaging to your jewelry that you might not think of. Many rings, especially taller rings like engagement rings, are damaged by filing cabinets while filing papers. Watches and glued items like pearl rings can be damaged if exposed to water. Let's say if you're a waitress or nurse or teacher. I once knew a lab technician whose watch never kept time properly because he worked at the hospital giving MRIs, and the magnetism he encountered affected his watch. If your job is tough on you, remember, it's equally tough on your jewelry. And here's one final bonus addition to the 5 things you should never do with your jewelry. Never clean your rings with toothpaste. Apparently, there are some people who've been told that toothpaste makes a handy jewelry cleaner. The problem is that most toothpaste contains fluoride, and fluoride is much like chlorine when it comes to precious metals and their alloys. It can damage them. If you need a quick and safe jewelry cleaner, mix a little dishwashing liquid, make sure it's chlorine-free, and water, and use that. If you find yourself forgetting to take off your jewelry when you should, or you don't want to, remember one thing. We do all our jewelry repair right here on premises at our store, 42 Central Street in Southbridge, Mass. I hope you found this informative and entertaining.